I just think like if there's any evidence that people need to be eating more of something, it's probably protein. Um, and there are very few harms of it. And so I see these articles all the time. And this article is titled, Bro, Enough with the Protein. You're just making expensive pee. Experts say the hype around the latest dietary must-have has become a farce. I don't know. I mean, I think we're just like revisiting these narratives now. It's like you can only absorb 30 grams at once. And you'll just pee all the rest of it out. And that just simply is not true, for one. So it's almost like science denial to say some of these claims. There is a range of protein that's optimal. I think 1 to 2 to 1.6 grams per kilogram of body weight per day, probably great for a lot of people. There's a lot of people in the protein space who are like, you need to eat a gram per pound of body weight. I think that's probably overkill for a lot of people. But again, I don't see a downside to eating that much protein. You're not peeing it out. You're not wasting it. There's plenty of science now to show that all of the protein you eat is going to something. And again, you can only eat 3 things. You can eat protein, you can eat carbs, and you can eat fat. For most people, I think if they eat more protein, they're better off than if they eat more carbs or more fat, aside from, say, endurance athletes who could probably benefit from eating more carbs. But the general person, they could probably benefit from eating more protein. But I just don't get this narrative that like all these articles and all these commentaries in the New York Post and the New York Times of, oh, the obsession with protein is getting out of hand.